Mel, you're on.
Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Coming up on This Week in Baseball.
Welcome, hardball fans, to Rod's Tabletop Hardball. We've got another exhibition game to be played here. It's just a 1975 playoff matchup between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Going for the Pirates will be Jerry Reuss. Reuss is a B pitcher with a 1, Y, and Z. For the Reds, the pitcher will be the right-hander, Gary Nolan. So we've got quite a matchup here. I'm going to kind of use my modified boards once again. And I actually might do a little pre-analysis, a little pitching, get my pitching chart out to see if the pitchers can go up another grade. For Pittsburgh, Jerry Reuss is a 16 pitcher, which means on this chart, if I roll 11 to 32, he's a B. 33 to 66, he'll be an A. So let's see what happens here with Jerry Reuss. 51, and he will be an A pitcher for this game. Jerry Reuss, an important role there. Well, Gary Nolan for the Reds is a 12 pitcher. So for Gary to advance, it's going to be a little more difficult. He's actually be able to be reduced to a C. He's 11 to 21 C, 22 to 66 B. 32, he will remain a B, but Jerry Reuss advances to an A for this game. Alrighty, well, it's just one of the modified rules along with some air randomization that we're going to play with today. Let's get this game going. We got the Pirates leading off. Rennie Stennett, second base. If I can get in touch with these cards. All right, well, let's see what's going on here. Rennie Stennett, good little slappy hitter. Let's see what happens. That's a 51-8. And, of course, that is going to be against a B pitcher. Out at first, short to first for Rennie Stennett. Batting second is Manny Sanguillen, the catcher. He's a tough out. He does not like to walk. And that's a 24-13, strike three. And that makes 2 outs for Pittsburgh. Al Oliver, the third hitter, with some pop in his bat. 26-32 fly ball right field, and that'll do it for the Bucks. Get a 0 in the top of the first. We'll come back with Pete Rose. Leading off, number 14. All-time hits leader, should be in the Hall of Fame. 13-14, that's going to be a base on balls for Peter Edward Rose. Next batter, Ken Griffey. 66-0. Even though Reuss is an A for this game, this does not impact it. 32-6. That's going to be a double F scores. That's an RBI for Griffey. All right, the Reds lead at 1-0. Joe Leonard Morgan's coming up to the plate. 51 is an 11. The runner on second. Single. Runner to third. F scores. Griffey easily scores. So Joe Morgan with an RBI single. Alrighty, so Morgan is now on first base. And based on my stealing rules, I'm going to do individual stealing for batters where he had an 11, where it's an attempted steal typically in traditional APBA basic baseball. We've got a chart here that's going to determine his chances of actually stealing second base. The arm of the catcher for Pittsburgh is... Oh, I'm not seeing it. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Sanguian -2, which actually adds 2 points, because that's not very good. Joe Morgan's stealing rating is a 33. It'll be a 35 out of 36 chance. So the only way he cannot steal second base is getting a 66. There he goes. He's in. Stolen base for Joe Morgan. Always a high percentage stealer. So bench is on second. Do we have any outs yet? That's the question. I don't see any. Oh yeah, the Reds actually lead 2-0. Bench is up to the plate. Morgan on second. That's a 51-9 against an A. Out at first, runner to third. There's an out. And what's the play on that? Third to first. All right, Joe Morgan advances to third on the bench, ground out. We have one out with Tony Perez. The Pirates, they're already down 2-0, but they got a lot of confidence. I think they'll play some deep just to hopefully get Perez to ground out, and they'll still hold him. 51-9, A pitcher. Fly out, runner scores. Reds lead 3-0. So that is a fly ball to center field. All right, we're back with George Foster and 2 outs. The Reds lead 3-0. That's a 46K corner. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Pirates find themselves in a hole. Willie Stargell can turn this game around in a hurry. Wilbur Dornell, the 15, that's an 8. And that is going to be an out. Short to first, Willie Stargell. The batter is the Cobra, Dave Parker. Stands in, 42-9. That's going to be a single. Single for the Cobra. On first base, the batter is the tough Richie Zisk. 23-13. Strike 3 on Richie Zisk. All right, we got 2 outs, and Richie Hebner stands in. A streaky hitter. That's a 55-8. With a runner on first. That should retire the side. Pop fly to Joe Morgan at second base, and that's all for Pittsburgh. All right, the Reds take over. The batter's Davey Concepcion. I got these 75 cards actually on eBay about 1.5 years ago, and they were all sleeved already. So part of me wants to just take them out of the sleeves because they slip in my hands a little much. But for now, I appreciate the fact they took very good care of the cards. I made my own little roster sheets off the original roster sheet and just blew those up on my computer. So I do what I can. I've made some custom envelopes and all that kind of fun stuff. But anyway, Davey Concepcion stands in. He's a tough cookie. And that's a 52-27. Now, Reuss is a Y. He's not an X, so that's going to be a ground out third to first for Davey Concepcion. The batter is Cesar Geronimo, and I'm using an iScore scoring app right now, so if I have a little delay here, that's the only reason. It'll give a nice clean box score at the end. This is only my second time using this program, so I am learning as we go. Cesar. 52-27, same thing, third to first. Well, that's 2 down. The batter, Gary Nolan, did not hit very well. This 75 Reds pitching staff was not a group of good hitters. 26-13, K corner, and that retires the side. So after 2, the Reds still lead 3-0. The batter is going to be Frank Taveras, the 8th hitter. And Frank gets a 35-39. Now, these modified boards roll again and refer to the error randomizer. So this is the rare play. This is the error randomizer right here. We'll roll again, and we got a 61. That is using the 20. So 20. I got a second baseman who's a 9, so that's a fielding 1. Boy, it's a 50. 1-2 first on air, 3-6 out at first. And Joe Morgan makes a fantastic play, get the 3-6. So it's second to first for the first out. That was not easy. All right, the batter is the pitcher. And Jerry Reuss, he looks like he swung the bat pretty well. I love the fact in APBA, you actually have actual pitchers hitting cards with the actual pitcher stats, not some generic card like in Stratomatic and many other games. 43, 29, and the 29, it's been a while. Pitcher to first base. Reuss doesn't hit it very far. All right. Rennie Stenick comes up with 2 outs. Nobody on. We'll get a little bit of glare on that thing. Let's get that off of there. Rennie, 53, is a 12. This season, 1975, the 12 is on 53. Every year, APBA, if you don't know it, always has the 12 result, play result number on a different number. In 1975, it's obviously a 12. I think that's first base unassisted. Yes, it is. And that'll retire the side. So after 2.5, it is 3-0 Reds. Quickly head to the bottom of the third. Peter Edward Rose against the A pitcher. 14-30. That's going to be a fly ball to left. That'll be 1 out. Next, Ken Griffey, Sr. I don't know if you knew that at the time. 36-33, I think with a Y pitcher that could be a K corner. Yes, strikeout of Griffey. Two outs. Little Joe Morgan stands in there, number 8. And that's a 22. That's an 8 against an A. Second to first, and that'll retire the side. Reuss makes quick work of the Reds. Well, we'll see what the Pirates have in store. Whoops, Stennett was out. It's Manny Sanguian will be batting. And that'll be a 64-38. Error randomizer. Well, we'll see if the Reds defense can come through one more time. And that's a 62 again. And that's a 20 again. So that's going to work on Joe Morgan. The 20 is the second baseman. 1-2 is an error. 3-6 is an out. That's an out. Joe Morgan with another spectacular play. Out at first, second to first. First out of the inning. Gold Glover Joe Morgan, Hall of Famer. Al Oliver stands in there, 33-6, and he rakes a double. And I can even picture where he's at. Double, lefty batter, right field gap, rolls to the wall. So there's a runner on second base and just one out. Al Oliver smacks a double. So, we got the powerful Willie Stargell up at the plate. Stands in there against Nolan. That's a 26. Oh, K corner. And Nolan gets the free swinger. 2 down. Okay, we have 2 outs and the Cobra. Dave Parker stands in. Runner on second is Al Oliver. 44-7. I believe we got a runner that's going to score here. Single, runner scores. Dave Parker with a big RBI with 2 outs. Richie Zisk stands in with 2 down. 43 is a 29. That'll probably do it. Out at first. First to pitcher. And that'll retire the side. All right, we're going to go into the bottom of the 4th. Johnny Lee Bench standing in there against Jerry Reuss. 36-14, bases on balls to Johnny. Tony Perez will stand in. .42's the roll. Strike 3 on Perez. Bench remains at first. George Foster. 45-14. I believe that is I got a runner on first base, not second. It's a Z ball. I believe Jerry Reuss has fantastic control. What I'm going to call from here on out is 3 balls. If that's not just 1 ball, it's a 3-ball count. If there's another 14 rolled, you can get a walk. So that's going to be my in-house rule, because it's crazy that APBA Basic has been this way for 50 years, 60, 70 years, and they've always had that 45-14 Z ball. At least since the 1960s, they've had the Z characteristic, and there's no way to walk when there's a runner on first. That that happens all the time. So anyway, so we got George Foster with ball 1. 12-25. Well, we got ourselves a double play. Second short, first, and that'll retire the side. All right, we're going to the 5th on that great double play turned by the Pirates between Taveras and Rennie Stennett. Richie Hebner. Oh, a little flaw there with the roll. 43-29, pitcher to first, I believe. Old school rolls from pitcher to first, ground out. Next is Frank Taveras. Gets in there, rolls a 64, 13K corner. 2 down, Jerry rolls Reuss, settled down since a rough first inning. 25-9 single for Jerry Reuss. Just a little slap hit there against a B pitcher, no change. All right, well, it's a 2-out rally. And Rennie Sennett stands in. 16-28. Runner on first. I think that's a shortstop 9. And a 28. Yeah, we're going to use fielding 1. Short to second, a fielder's choice, and that will retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. Davey Concepcion's going to stand in there. Reds leading 3-1 in this game. Davey gets a 62-30. That's a fly ball to left field. And Richie Zisk is under it for out number 1. Cesar Geronimo is the next hitter. Great outfielder. Fly ball, left field again. And it looks like Richie Zisk will capture that one as well. 2 down. The pitcher, Gary Nolan, stands in. 52, ground ball to third. Third baseman, Richie Hebner, grabs it, throws on to first, and that will retire the side. Top of the 6th, Manuel Sanguillen stands in. Manny loves to swing that bat. 11, it's a 0. What is Manny Sanguillen going to do? 12-11. It's going to be a single for Manny Sanguillen and an opportunity to steal a bag. All right, a leadoff single. Here we go. Sanguillen is an E22, which isn't super high. You combine that with Bench's arm of a 6 plus 6, so that's only going to be a 16 chance to throw Manny Sanguillen out at second base. Oof, boy, I don't know about this. Well, he was destined to steal, so we're going to definitely do the steal here. So 11-34 will get us the steal. See, there's the 34's a 16. So here goes Manny. Bench throws. 24. And he's in there. Manny Sanguillen steals second base. So he runs well for a catcher, as they used to say. Manny Sanguillen is on second with nobody out. And here's the dangerous Al Oliver. .33 again. He's on second. Double. Runner will score. Great RBI for Al Oliver. The score is now 3-2 with Al Oliver with fast speed on second base. Still nobody out. Wilbur Darnell Stargell stands in. Oh, that almost looked like a 66. We're re-rolling that. I'm going to have to get a better mat. 54-32. My right fielder is Griffey. I do not believe he's that much of a fielder. He is a 1 out there. So fielding 3 for him. Fly out, runner to third. Stargell to fly out. So there is just 1 out. Runner on third base for Dave Parker. The Reds will just play back. They've got a lot of confidence in their offense. Oh, it's just a little bit off. Come on. 24-13, strike 3 on the Cobra. And that's 2 down. That was a humongous out on the Cobra. 2 outs, Richie Zisk. Oh, fly out runner to third. He's on third base. All he needs is a slap signal. 41, that is not going to have the distance. Infield's great. That's going to be a short to first on the with 2 outs. Richie Zisk is out, and that will retire the side. All right, we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th. The batter is going to be Peter Edward Rose. Three to 2, we've got a good one. Rose, 12-25. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. That'll be Rennie Stennett. All right, standing in is Ken Griffey. 23-26. He'll ground out to the second baseman, Stennett, as well. With 2 outs, your league MVP, Joe Morgan, stands in. That's a 43-29. A quick inning for Jerry Reuss, pitcher to first. Seventh inning, Richie Hebner. And of course, Sparky's going to start getting his relievers up there. Could be Raleigh Eastwick, could be Clay Carroll, who knows. 24-13, strike 3 on Hebner. These guys are striking out on their own. 1 down, Frank Taveras. 56-34. I don't believe there's a Y on Nolan. No, it's a 34. Pop out to shortstop and Taveras is gone. And the batter, Rolls Royce, 7th inning, only down by 1 run. It might be time to pinch hit for Jerry Reuss. Well, Jerry Reuss will hit the showers. The pinch hitter with 2 outs in the top of the 7th will be Bob Robertson. Got some pop. 21-20. Wow, that's an odd number. 21-20. Another odd play here for Joe Morgan. And it's going to be a 1-2 first on air, 3-6 out at first. We'll find out. 3-6. Joe Morgan makes 3 great plays at second base, second to first. That will retire the side. Good effort by Bob Robertson. Now pitching for the Pirates will be Ramon Hernandez. He's a B pitcher with a 1, Y, and Z characteristic. So he's got good control. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th, and Johnny Bench will lead it off for the Reds. JB stands in. 53-12, grounds out to first base. Next is batting Tony Perez. Stands in there, the big dog. 16-28, ground out to short. Great play by Frank Taveras, and now we've got George Foster. 54-32, he's going to fly out to right field, and that is it. And that quickly retires the side. Hernandez does a fantastic job as we go to the top of the 8th inning. A one-run game. Leading off for the Pirates is their leadoff hitter, Rennie Stennett. We got Gary Nolan heading into his 8th inning of action. We'll see how long of a leash that Sparky Anderson gives him. 53-12, ground out at first base. That's the popular number. Batting second, Manuel Manny Sanguillen. Never saw a pitch he didn't like to swing at. Here we go. 21-18. Oh my, because the 53 is usually the error number, but in this game, we got a shortstop 9, 1-2 first on air, 3-6 out at first. So Davey's got a tough play. He's going to make the play. The Reds are getting lucky. Short to first base, Sanguillen is gone. And that is 2 outs for Al Oliver, who has really been smacking the ball all over the park. Al Oliver all over. Sounded very similar. Here goes Al. 16-28, not going to have the distance on that one. Going to be a ground out. And that is going to retire the top of the 8th inning batters for Pittsburgh. Wow, that went by quickly. Well, Hernandez is going to get another chance to continue. 2nd inning of relief. And here we go. Davey Concepcion standing into the box. Now it's a 65-35, and that is a foul out to the catcher, I do declare. Yes, no. Foul out to third base. It was some kind of foul out. The batter, Cesar Geronimo. The question will be, do the Reds stick with Gary Nolan for the 9th inning? Well, let's see what Geronimo does first. 22-8. And with the B pitcher, we got a short to first ground out. So now the batter is Gary Lynn Nolan. Do we bat him or do we pinch hit? Alrighty, Gary Nolan is going to take a powder. He's pitched a great game. And even with 2 outs, Sparky's taking no chances. He might be able to pick up an extra run here with Dan Dreesen. There's the pitch by Hernandez. It's a ground ball to second. And he is done. The gamble did not pay off. So we're going to head to the 9th inning with a 1-run ball game. Well, Sparky's going to go with Will McEnany, the A pitcher with a 2Z, great control, and a left-hander to face some left-handed bats, including the leadoff man, Wilver Darnell Stargell. Stargell and Parker and Zisk. Here's Willie. Top of the 9th. Pitch to Stargell. Ground ball to shortstop. Concepcion's going to easily handle it. And the Reds retire the first one. 1 out, and the dangerous Dave Parker stands in. 14-30. Fly ball left field. 2 down in the 9th, and the last hope for the Pittsburgh Pirates is Richie Zisk. Here comes Richie. The pitch to Richie. 55-8. That is going to do it, folks. Ground ball, second base Morgan, on to first, and this one belongs to the Reds. A fantastic game. The Reds scored all 3 of their runs in the first inning. As a matter of fact, the Reds only finished with 2 hits on the day. The Pirates actually got 6 hits and left 4 on base, but were unable to claw across that tying run. And what a game that was. That had a playoff-like atmosphere. For the visiting Pirates, the hitting stars were Al Oliver, 2 for 4, scored a run, had 2 doubles. Manny Sanguin had a single and scored 1 run on a hit by Oliver. 2 more hits for Dave Parker, and they were both singles. But otherwise, it was a pretty silent day. The Reds, all their damage was done in the first inning. Ken Griffey hit a double, and that was a huge one. And then Joe Morgan also got a hit. And the RBIs were runs were scored by Rose, Griffey, and Morgan. That was all in the first inning. So a walk to Rose, a double by Griffey, and another single by Morgan, and it just made everything work perfectly for the Big Red Machine. And fortunately, the Reds got a great performance by pitcher Gary Nolan. He went a whole 8 innings and just did a fantastic job for Cincinnati. So anyway, that is all from Rod's Tabletop Hardball here from Riverfront. Final score, Reds 3 and the Pirates 2. Have a good night, everybody.